right, Miss Meldrum's class. I hope you did well with our sub yesterday, and I trust you'll do great today. So I need everyone to look at the whiteboard real quick so you can see what Mrs. Axel needs you to do. The substitute is going to give you each one of these papers. I want you to cut out each letter, and these extra boxes you can either keep for yourself, for another day, or you can throw them away. But when you're done cutting them, I need you to have your consonants on one side of your desk and the vowels on the other side. So your substitute's going to hit pause and give you about 1 minute. That is it. You're going to have 1 minute to cut and separate your consonants on one side, vowels on the other. And then when you guys are all ready with your hands folded, the substitute will hit play and we will start our make-its. Okay, you should be ready. Now, remember, when the vowel's long, often we will have a silent letter in it to make the vowel long. The word ride. This I is long because of the silent E. It's stuff we've learned already in first grade, but we're going to review. So I have a consonant, a vowel, a consonant, and a vowel. Our E is silent because our I is between it's a one syllable word, ride, one syllable, and we have a vowel before our consonant. It makes our E silent. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say some words, and I want you to make it quickly. Don't forget your silent E. The word lime, lime. The sub will hit pause. And then she'll hit play when you all have it. Does yours look like mine? Good job. The word is cane. Cane. The sub will hit pause, make it, and then she'll hit play. Does it look like mine? Cane. Okay, now I'm going to teach you another thing real quick, and I want to see, we know two sounds that say k. C says k, and K says k. So if you hear the k sound at the end of a word, and it has a silent E, it is not going to be a C. Because we learned a few weeks ago, if an E comes after a C, the C changes its sound to what letter? Who remembers what we learned a few weeks ago before our testing? If there's an E after C, it makes the C say what? Do you remember? Just like if there's an E after G, the G says J, right? So if I say a word like bake, now I know that C says K and K says K, but because I'm putting a silent E at the end to make the vowel long, it has to be a K-E, not a C-E. So now I'm going to give you words that have K-E at the end. See how well you do. The substitute will hit pause when you are writing. The word is bike. Make bike. Hit pause, then play. Does yours look like mine? The next word. The word is cake. Make cake. The substitute will hit pause while you make it. Like mine? K-E, not C-E. All right. The word is fake. Fake. Have the substitute hit pause, and then they'll hit play, and you can compare. Does it look like mine? K-E at the end. Good job on your make-its. I'm not giving you baggies. You could just take those home, put them in the corner of your desk, and we'll get ready for the next part of reading. I'm going to give you some words to write. So I need you to get out the sheet of paper that I have for you, and I want you to write these sentences. You just did some make-its, so now we're going to make them into sentences. But remember, every sentence begins with a capital letter. You got that right. And it'll end with a punctuation mark. If my voice goes up, you know I'm asking a question. Do you remember what a question mark looks like? It looks like this. Sorry, I'm going to write it over here for you. It looks like this. So I want you to listen real carefully to these questions or these sentences that I give you. Listen to my voice. If it goes up at the end, you know it's a question that I'm asking you. All right, so get ready to write this sentence in your neatest handwriting. Begin it with a capital letter, space between your words. Nothing else should be capitalized except for the beginning of a sentence or if there's a proper name or a proper noun in the sentence. Here we go. Will you make a lime cake? Will you make a lime cake? I want you to write that sentence for me. I want the substitute to hit pause while you write the sentence, and then when you are done writing it, look up at the board, she'll hit play, and we'll check our work. Will you make a lime cake? Hit pause. All right, and you hit play by now, and it should look like mine. I started it with a capital letter. Check your spelling. The teacher can hit pause so you can see your spelling. You end it with a question mark and space between your words. Very good. There's one of our sight words this week. All right. Now we're going to do another sentence, one more. And I want the substitute will hit pause after I get done saying it, and you will get a chance to write it. Did you hide my bike? Did you hide my bike? Go ahead and write that following all sentence rules. Teacher will hit pause. And then they'll hit play and go ahead. By now, you should be done and check your sentence. The teacher can hit pause so you can check it if you need to. I started it with a capital letter. I spaced between my words. I ended it with correct punctuation and my spelling's correct. Did you ride? I didn't forget my silent E. My bike. I didn't forget my K-E at the end. All right, now we're going to take out your readers. The teacher will hit pause while you get your readers out. Reading My Treehouse, which just a few of you are. I'm going to go over a few words with you, and then I'm going to let you start reading your story. Again, you read it yesterday, but it's about a boy who wanted to build a treehouse. I think it was a boy. Is the character a boy in our story? Yes, the character's a boy in our story. And he wanted to build the treehouse, but he needs some help, right? So we're going to go. You saw some words. This word was one we went over yesterday. Do you remember this word, those kids that are reading My Treehouse? Build. But look at this word. This word you have to memorize. There's no way to sound this word out. So it's the word climb. It's got a silent B because when B and M are together on a one syllable word, the B is going to be silent. So if it's MB at the end of a syllable word, a one syllable word, it's going to be silent. The B is going to be silent, but the vowel will turn long. It's real confusing. So this is the word climb. It reminds me of the word lamb too because the B and the M are together in the word lamb and you never see the B in it. So this is the word climb, or you never hear the word B, the sound B. Climb. Read that with me. Build, climb. Now these are big words, but we're going to chunk them. Remember we did our chunky monkey. We're going to chunk by syllables. Read that word syllable. Hammer. Read it. Hammer. This one, ladder. Ladder. Okay, so they look big words, but you just chunk them. Find the syllable that you can read and then continue. For the ones that have Max's big speech. So Max has a speech and he's very afraid. And we know as Christians that when we're afraid of something, we can pray about it and we can ask God to give us help. Or we can go to our teachers and ask them to help us as well, like Max did. Max went to his teacher and he said, "But I'm really afraid to speak in front of somebody." And so yesterday, I think that you guys talked about a time that you were afraid to do something. And I wondered how you got through that time you were afraid. Did you go to somebody for help? Did you ask the Lord to help you? What did you do when you were afraid? Well, I want you to read Max's big speech, and I want you to be thinking about Max's character. How is Max? What does he look like on the outside? But then be thinking about what he's like on the inside. So I can think of different people that I can think of their characters. So let's think about Miss Meldrum, right? Because we all know Miss Meldrum. So we could say on the outside, Miss Meldrum has blonde hair, she's young, she's a girl, she's pretty. So those are some outside things about Miss Meldrum. On the inside, we could talk about her character. She's so nice. She always cares about students. She loves Jesus. I always know that when she talks about classes, she talks about the Lord, so I know she loves Jesus. She is thoughtful of people. She writes nice notes when you're sad. So those are characteristics of Mrs. Meldrum's inside, her personality on the inside. So I want you to be thinking of Max. Think about his character. And tomorrow we'll do more with that in our journal. But I want you to be thinking about that while you're reading it today. All right, do great for your sub. Read for about 5 minutes. The sub will hit pause while you're reading, and then you will be done with this. And I think you'll have a special, which is computer today. So you'll be lining up for computer after you're reading.